media covers your story will be built from the ground up. Game, dominate. You're talking about the one, the only. Pull up to Jason Lee.
All right, we're back. Everybody knows that I love a good conversation with an A-list celebrity, but today I don't only have an A-list celebrity, I have an A-list friend. One of the best people that I know in the world, and I mean that because you know I don't lie. Probably the most beautiful rose that grew out of the concrete. My friend Tiffany Haddish is here. How do you introduce somebody who's so great and somebody that you talk to probably 3 or 4 times every single day?
Just say what you know.
Listen, what I do know is you're probably, okay, I can give you your flowers here because everybody knows that has been following me that I talked to you about my journey of self-love. It took me a lot of phone calls with Tiffany hanging up in her face every time she would tell me that she loved her to start to say it back and that I love me. But I do have to say, and I'm gonna say it right now because I think now it matters, everybody's watching, that I really do love you and I appreciate your friendship and your support because a lot of people talk that and say they believe in people and want to help them, want to support them, but you, not only for me, but for everybody that I know, that you know, you show up for and support them. So I just want to say I love you and I appreciate that.
I love you too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're not going to get emotional today because you know Tiffany is, they said, wait, the card says you're a Sagittarius?
Uh-huh.
No, Sagittarius.
Yeah, I'm
But
Sagittarius.
you cry like a Cancer. Why are you always so emotional?
Because I don't want to hold it in. I believe that crying is a removal of old beliefs and a replacement of new ones. And when you hold that in, it piles up, and then you explode. You do something stupid. So,
Melissa,
let it out.
So Tiffany, speaking of letting out, she has not been let out of South Central. She still lives in it's South LA now, but you've lived there since it was South Central.
Yeah.
Why is it important to you to still being as successful and rich and noticeable as you are? Because you're not like somebody, you know, you're a household name. Everybody knows you. Why is it so important to stay in South Central?
It's important to me to stay there because that's where I'm from and I want to make it better, right? I guess I could make it better, get out of the hood and then just come by and do things and make it better that way, but I want to be present. I want to be visible to the youth in the community, to the actual community. They see me walking my dog, they see me in the hood, and also I've been on this, you know, you've said it to me, Kevin, all kind of people say it to me, like, you need to get up out of there. You shouldn't be over there. But
Floyd Mayweather has said it.
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather has said it 1,000 times. But I feel safest there. I know everybody. They know me. They protect me. I protect them. We look out for each other. It's my community. And I want to be where I'm welcome. I don't want to move up to the hills and then they're like, I can't believe this girl. You know, like I can throw a little party at my house and my neighbors will come by and hang out at the party too. And it's not like they calling the police on me like that. You know what I'm saying? Go up to the hills and throw a little party. It's gonna be police. It's gonna be this. It's gonna be a situation.
So I was on the phone with Tiffany, and I don't know if your alarm went off. The fire department came. Tell them what you did with the fire. Tell them about the fire people. Story.
Okay, so the fire alarm went off because I had lit the fireplace and it was smoldering or whatever, and the fire department showed up. And I'm gonna tell you, ladies, if you ever looking for a man, make them smoke detectors go off, okay? The whole busload of them will show up. It wasn't a busload, but at least a fire truck or two would show up. So they show up and, you know, I'm telling them I messed up with the thing or whatever. They check in, they make sure it's out and stuff. And then I ended up taking a picture with all of them. I was like, y'all want to take a picture? And, you know, then I go up there maybe a week and a half later, bring them an arcade game, give them tickets to comedy shows. So she established a
relationship with, her alarm goes off on accident. The fire department shows up to put out a fire. She had another fire she probably would have let them put out, but instead then went and took them a video game and now established a relationship with the firefighter.
Yeah, they got arcade game. They got the NBA Jam now.
But see, this goes back to my example of how you just show love. Why do you choose to be so nice? And the reason why I ask is because you and I have very similar backgrounds. Foster care, relationship issues with our mother. We both have had different levels of abuse and stuff like that, where I feel like I've grown into being a more stone cold kind of standoffish person. You're very much loving and wanting to give people love. Why?
Because I feel like kindness is currency. I feel like it's easier to be nice to somebody than it is to be rude and mean. It's also, my nature is kindness, right? I want to be nice. I want to give love. I want that to come back to me. And I'm a firm believer in you get what you give, right? So maybe I'm giving kindness to this person and they ain't receiving it right now, whatever, but it's going to come back to me later on some other kind of way. And you never know, like, you never know. Those firefighters, you know, they're like, go ahead and say somebody, and they find out it's me, and then we take pictures and stuff, and it's cool, we laugh, ha, ha, ha. But I appreciate how quickly they showed up, how they were attentive, they wanted to make sure I was safe, make sure there wasn't a fire, and then they could have probably slapped me with a big old bill and been like, oh, you had us come out for nothing, you know, it was an accident, but they didn't do that. They were kind, they didn't send me a bill, and then I made friends with them, and like I always drop off tickets to different comedy shows and different things, like, cause I know they work hard, and like sometimes I go over there, like, and not to try to like get at nobody or nothing, but just to see how they doing. I mean, they're a part of my community. They're protecting us. There's where I'm getting the grocery store, that place been catching on fire like every other month. It catches on fire. And I see them over there putting the fire out. Nobody's saying thank you. You know? It's like, I just feel like attitude of gratitude. And it's easier to be kind, even if somebody's like a dick. Like I can be. You have seen me do it, maybe once or twice. But I had to be provoked to get to that, right? I had to be pushed there, or I'm extremely tired and don't feel like playing with you. So then I'll like, you know.
Do you feel more pressure now that you're super famous to always be nice, or has that just generally been who you are? That's who I am. That's who I always been. I might be rude sometimes, and I realize I'm being rude, saying things I see, facts, calling out truths, and that might be rude to some people because they want to keep secrets a hide or whatever. But if I see a booger, I'm gonna say I see a booger. Wait, when you did that interview on the red carpet, I think it was Entertainment Tonight, where the woman didn't have no shoes on. Did you know you were going to call her out for not having no shoes? Because that was hilarious.
No, I did not know I was going to call her out. I didn't know. I was already like, I was tired.
But when she called your outfit a costume.
That really pissed me off. That just made me mad. I was so mad because like, costume, no, this is art, okay? This is a dress. This is an evening gown. People spend hours and hours, over 20 hours making this gown. It's like, normally that gown is $100,000. And you gonna talk a costume? No, honey, this is an evening gown.
But you turned that moment, even though it wasn't shade, it was hilarious. You turned that into a song that we play every time we go out now. Every club we go to, we'll make sure that we get to the DJ booth. We were at the Super Bowl, and a friend of mine who works for Pepsi said, we're having an event, can you pop up? We went. I was in the conversation, turned around, Tiffany's on stage with the DJ performing. This is what success looked like for all these white folks.
And they was dancing and everything.
They loved it.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying, like, you're not mean-spirited. You took a moment that became a viral joke or moment and turned it into a song that makes everybody feel good.
Right. And that's what I want to do. Like, you look at the bad, like I could have been negative with that woman. I could have just walked away.
Past her, yeah.
I could have just ignored it and not acknowledged what she said at all. I could have went along with it and said, yeah, that's a costume. But to me, it wasn't a costume. To me, this was an evening gown that I earned to wear. I earned this. I worked my butt off for hours on end.
But it ain't even that. It's where you came from. And that's what I think, like, with you, one thing I always resonate with is, people see Tiffany Haddish, the star that's arrived, but when you're walking a carpet like the Oscars and having that moment with a Meryl Streep, or you're leaving a situation where your friends just got into an altercation, which is a real deal or whatever, and now this person has a job to do, that they don't understand how hard you worked to earn the ability to be there at that moment.
Yeah, and it's stressful. And that was a real stressful time. Like, you know, I was grieving and all that, so yeah, it's not easy. And grief, boy, well, how you dealing with yours?
The same therapist that you talk to, I talk to. Tiffany is the person that got me into therapy, y'all. She introduced me to the therapist. Now I'm gonna tell you how she did it. She invited me to a party. She invited the therapist there. Then the therapist comes and gets in my Sprinter, and then you tell the rest of the story where we took the therapist because she wanted him to see me in my natural form. So this is what we do.
Well, also I wanted him to see how I interact with people and how I experience life and
the therapist.
Yeah, the therapist. So he understands. So when I'm telling him, oh, this, and this is happening, he has an understanding of what I'm saying.
Yes.
So we get in the Sprinter and then
psychotherapist, by the way.
Yes, psychotherapist. Yes, that teaches other therapists. He's like master therapy.
Yeah.
And so we get in the Sprinter and we go to the Abbey, and this is around Halloween time. Yeah. And
the most famous gay and lesbian bar in the world.
And also the best damn food.
Yeah.
The best bakery, the best food, best drinks. And we go in there. I said, "Are you prepared?" I said, "Elliot, are you prepared for where we're going? Because where we are going, you have probably never been anywhere like this before." He's like, "I got it. I can handle it. I got it."
And when he says, "Where are we going?" I said, "We're going to hell." This is I'm talking to the therapist.
So we are going to hell. We're going to the devil's playground. And I'm like, what? No, we just going to the Abbey. It's going to be fun. You're going to see a lot of things you've never seen before, but it'll be a great time. So we get there and people are dressed up in different kind of costumes, and they got the go-go dancers, and there's a man with his, with some, right over his head. And
somebody swinging around a pole. Me and Tiffany are having drinks, having a great time.
I'm like, woo!
Gays gone
I'm
wild.
I'm throwing little money here, little money there. You throwing money, you making out with somebody.
Well, I allegedly. See.
Let me sip my juice.
Talking to your friends and until you get the spilling.
Nah, but so you was having fun, I was having fun, I'm dancing, and then I get a little tired. I'm sitting, I'm looking, and see this, see that, and everywhere I was looking, Elliot was looking, and then he would be like, "Oh, oh my God!" Like, whoa. And I was like, "Why you jumping? Because it's Halloween, everybody in costume." He was like, "No, I never seen this before."
Right, he had to dodge penises.
Yeah, he was dodging them. I was like, "You might want to come this way over here. You might want to get over here, like come over here by me, like."
But it was good, and this is the thing, like when Charlamagne would say, who's also a friend of ours, who also works with the same therapist, when Charlamagne would say you should go to therapy, when you're black and you go through the foster care system like we did, going to therapy was a mandatory thing we hated to do. We just didn't want to, so it was like, oh, I want to go to therapist. You have to meet the right therapist.
Right.
And you have to be able to trust the person. I trust you, I trust Charlamagne, you guys trusted him, and so him being able to come in my natural environment and not judge, and allowed me space to like say, yo, that was actually really fun. It let my guard was let down, and so now here I'm in therapy.
Yeah,
because of you.
And you're doing better than ever. I haven't seen you lose your temper like you normally do. I mean, you still lose it, but I ain't seen you pop off the same way, and I've seen you use a little more kindness.
Have to.
Yeah.
Well, I have to, because when people like you make everybody around you better, you have to show up and show that there's value there. And I really feel like, again, and this is not performative, I really feel like you carry yourself in a way that makes people feel loved, and in doing so, they need to reciprocate that. So I just, that night was hilarious. I wanted to share that because I think there's a lot of people out there, especially young people that I'm talking to now, who are struggling with mental health, who are struggling with stress, who are struggling with life and ambitions or dreams or things not coming to life. And I'm like, yo, we all been. And if you're feeling like you're going through it alone, find somebody to talk to. And for us, it's been Dr. Elliot.
Mm-hmm. You know what I like about Elliot is he's willing to enter your space, to see where, like I'm like, look, maybe how I'm explaining it might not be good enough. Will you come with me to this, and this? I started bringing him to all these different things I was doing, have him come to my house and just see how I'm living, be around my family, just see the environment that I'm in, because maybe the way I'm explaining it ain't right. And he's like, no, you're explaining exactly what's been going on. Like, it's not like you're saying this and you're living this. It's like you're saying this and you're living the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, I had him go on a yacht party with me, Issa Rae's yacht party. I was like, just be close. Had him go on a couple of dates with me.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
With a date?
Yeah, yeah.
And your therapist?
Yeah, I invite him to where I'm going on a date, and then I'll be like, oh, hey, come over here, Elliot.
And he's sitting with you and the date?
Yeah.
Tiffany, you can't bring a therapist on a date.
Why not?
Because now he's a psychotherapist for that person too.
Perfect. Let me know if I should be in this situation or not.
I wonder if he can tell by their behavior if they have a small penis or not.
I don't care about the small penis. I like that.
I know, that's
I don't
another
care
problem.
that. I would prefer it to be smaller than big.
I know, you say the whole medium thing. That's another conversation for another
But that's,
day.
you know, don't give me, I could talk about that for hours.
Clearly, and we have.
You know, we have.
Wait, so, you know, the thing that I love about him too is he started one of our sessions one day and I was venting about something. He said, let me just start with, there's nothing wrong with you. Everybody goes into therapy thinking they're in therapy because something is wrong with them. And so as I started talking through what I saw as problematic, because I had people on social media telling me this or that, because, you know, social media will start to shape how you see yourself. And I think that was probably one of my challenges with self-love too. Have you ever struggled with that?
Yeah, all the time. I used to, like, for many years, I mean, even through childhood, like, anything people would say about me, I took that on. Like, they used to always be like, you stupid, you so stupid, you stupid as hell, you dumb, you stupid, you stupid. And so I thought I was stupid. I thought I was incapable of learning. I thought I was stupid.
But this is when you were younger or famous?
When I was younger, when I was younger, right? And then I got older and I realized, oh, they meant that I was funny. And I'm being silly, okay? So, like, words are really important. So as I get older and then social media explodes and people are saying what they need to say, what they feel like they need to say, what you don't need to say. I mean, sometimes you guys share thoughts, people share their thoughts, and it's like, you might as well just go ahead and put hole in the damn comments, because I don't care. I don't care no more. But I used to care. I used to care, and I used to be like, oh, okay. I used to think of everything as constructive criticism. Like, if somebody has something to say
no
negative,
matter how nasty it was?
no matter how nasty, how mean, and it will hurt my feelings sometimes. But I'm like, okay, well, they're feeling something. Okay, I'm being effective. They're writing about me.
But when you've seen people online say Tiffany Haddish isn't funny, but yet you're doing tours, specials, movies,
and selling out.
But are you absorbing that and listening to it?
Well, I know this is what I'm absorbing. I'm not for everybody. Just like everybody ain't for me.
That part.
Like, I'm funny. If I'm not funny to you, cool. I'm not supposed to be funny to you. You're not the person paying my bills. You're not the studio executive. You're not the theater. You're not the promoter. Even if the promoter don't think I'm funny, but I'm selling out seats, they want to do business with me, right? And I don't need everybody to think I'm funny, because I'm not funny all the time. I'm a human. Sometimes I'm going to be funny. Sometimes I'm not going to be funny. Sometimes I'm going to be happy. Sometimes I'm going to be down. I don't need it's some stranger's validation on if I'm talented or not. I know that I'm funny. I have survived this life through being funny. I have gotten out of getting my ass beat by big ass body by being funny.
Yeah.
So you can't sit here and tell me I'm not.
Right,
you don't know me. You're not with me every day. Maybe you didn't like that piece of art that I did. That's okay. That's okay. That's your opinion. And you gotta wipe it, just like I gotta wipe mine. And I'm not about to wipe yours.
Well, where does that confidence come from? Because I think that's one of the...
It's not confidence. It's courage. It's courage. It's courageousness. It's like confidence. No, I'm courageous. I'm willing. I'm daring to make mistakes. You know, you never grow. You never advance in life if you don't fall sometimes. If you don't make mistakes. If you don't learn what not to do, you're going to keep doing it.
Like, that's an important part of the process, failing.
Yeah, when you learn to walk, you fall every time.
Yeah.
It's a part of the process. You know what it feels like to fall. You know this is what it feels like to stand straight. Like, I need to be doing this. So it's like, I need to make those mistakes.
But everybody don't get up, though.
That's them. They lazy.
Facts.
Lazy ass.
Because I feel like whatever it is you're chasing, whether it's a person, love, whether it's happiness, whether it's finding out what mental health you need to address or a career, it's how bad do you want it? Like, how bad do you want it?
I want it real bad.
Yeah.
I will outwork you. It's certain things I want, and it's not necessarily for me, right? Like, I do things. I used to operate out of a place like, oh, I want to meet my daddy, so I'm going to do this, and I'm going to be real good, and then my daddy going to see me, he going to be so proud, and, you know, my ancestors, everybody going to be so proud. Like, that's how I used to operate out of that, and then my daddy died. So now what am I doing it for? Now, my family, I want them to be good. Then I'm like, I'm looking at my community. I want my community to be good. So everybody in the community ain't going to be, like, happy to see me win. Everybody in my family ain't going to be happy to see me win. And I don't care. I know what I'm doing. And I'm doing it for not to be like, look at me, look what I did. I'm doing it because I just want to make sure it's better than when I came here. When I leave this planet, it's going to be a little bit better. It's probably going to be better in some places where most of those is at talk. That's where it's going to be. But where I'm at, it's going to be better. When I step in, it's going to be better.
Have you ever went on a date with John Mayer?
Who's that? The singer?
Yeah.
No.
I'm only saying that jokingly because she did this set. I think I may have talked about it in one of our other interviews. Y'all had a chemistry, you, him, and Dave Chappelle. That could have just been a tour, the three of y'all.
It could have. It definitely could.
But he gave you good dating advice.
Yeah, he gave me some really good dating advice. Well, no, I don't know about dating advice, but if you want to date somebody that's a celebrity.
That's dating advice.
He said if you want to date somebody that's a celebrity and you haven't met them yet and you can't get their number and get to them, just get somebody that you know that's a reporter to put a picture of you and that person together and say rumored to be dating or seeing each other. And then they'll contact you.
Okay, give me a name. Just give me a name of anybody that you think is cute.
I forgot the dude's last name. Matthew?
Oh, he's on my friend's Instagram. Hold on a second.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
The former baseball player? I think he's cute.
So
he's so fine, though.
Well, now that I've revealed the secret, if I post it, they're not going to believe me. But either way, it will still get the attention. Then you get the phone call, you get the date.
Yeah. But then you told me to go around another way. So I'm running around another way. Now he coming to my show.
What's the other way? You call Chris?
I called like 2 other people that work.
And they set it up.
Mm-hmm.
He's good looking though. Mm-hmm. But you did promise me you would give me a kid. So you have to. So let me ask you a question because I had Cardi B here. She's already said she'll be my kid's godmother. Mm-hmm. You said you would give me a kid. Are you serious about that?
Yeah.
We could have a kid.
I wanted to talk to you about the cost of, because I said I wanted to do it the old-fashioned way. You said no. So I wanted to talk to you about the cost.
The old-fashioned way. What is the old-fashioned? It's been so long.
We gotta do the hoochie coochie.
Wait. I don't like that word.
Okay, we gotta
Not
do
hoochie.
we gotta do the pound pound.
Okay, wait. So here's the deal. My penis
nasty.
and I had an agreement, like back when I was 19, that we were vacating that world. And since then, we've it's sort of like my mother. We just packed up and left and never came back.
Right.
So that wasn't funny, right?
It is kind of funny,
mom's
but
dead, so hey, mom. But no, seriously. Yeah, after I walked away from vagina, I just it was like that, STDs, pain, sorrow, shooting, violence, drugs. Like I don't want to be around none of that anymore. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I still want a kid. Why do I have to do it the traditional way? Can't we just put it in a jar and go in a room and give it to somebody or something? I don't know.
We could do that. So you gonna pay for that?
Yeah, it's like
okay.
like $30,000 or something like that.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
And then I gotta inject myself every day. You're
not gonna do it yourself. It's not like you'll get a turkey baster and
No, I gotta inject myself with hormones to make eggs drop.
Oh, really?
And they will harvest the eggs. They'll put your sperm with my eggs, and then
this is a lot of science.
And we can see which ones is gonna be girls, which ones is gonna be boys.
Yes.
And then they gonna put them back in, and we could pick out which ones we want.
So we get to design the baby too?
Yeah, we could design it.
No, this is.
I don't know if you could design it, but you definitely can. They'll definitely tell you if it has any kind of Down syndrome or any kind of handicap getting ready to come through. They'll be able to detect it before they implant it.
Tiffany,
if this
are
is
you
viable,
sure they can do that?
That's what the man told me on the phone. I did the research for us.
Did you really?
Yes.
Okay, but
because I'm getting older, I got so many eggs left.
Okay, but here's the only issue that I have. I wouldn't be Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked. I would be Tiffany Haddish's baby daddy. That's how they would introduce me at places
No.
Yes, they would.
Well, we could.
Because you're definitely
Well, we could get a trust. Okay. We could build a trust together, right, with our baby in it. Okay.
How does that work?
A trust fund.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, we get a lawyer to build us a trust together.
Okay.
Our baby's name in it.
So the baby's gonna be Jewish and Pentecostal.
You Pentecostal?
Yes.
I didn't even know.
Roll around on the ground, get dirty, Pentecostal. What? Shout yamala.
I don't want to go to church with you one time.
You never been to a Pentecostal church? You have?
Nah, not that I could think of.
When you go in there, you gonna think it's an exorcism coming out the altar.
I've been in Baptist churches and they've been speaking in tongues and jumping around and all that stuff.
Yeah, but Baptists are no, I ain't about to disrespect Baptist community. Y'all are out there jumping for Jesus too, but not like Pentecostals. You need to go to. You ain't never been to a Church of God of Christ church, Pentecostal Christian. Karen Clark Sheard, she's the first mother of the Kojic.
I might have been, but don't remember that in particular. But I would love to go with you.
Okay.
We should go together, especially if we're gonna be raising kids together. And then you need to come with me to Temple.
Okay, now that's the thing that I was talking to my friends about. I was like, okay, if me and Tiffany have a kid, this kid, but like religion is something you have to talk about, right? Because the kid is going to be Jewish.
Yeah.
And Jewish is a
Jewish
is a religion, right?
It's a DNA.
Okay.
So that regardless, and then there's
the religion of the Jewish community, right? And then there's at the Pentecostals. I heard church, the Pentecostals are all black. It's everybody in there black rolling around. It's something to see.
But I saw
and a great music program too.
Oh, okay. But the Jews got a great music program as well.
Do they?
Yeah. You know, most of all the prayers is in music. All the prayers you pray.
But is it like humming or singing?
No,
like
it's singing.
Oh.
Yeah.
But this is, see what I love.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu. Like, don't get me started. I might be a little off key, but you know. But this Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu. Don't get me started. All the prayers. When you read the Torah, everything is musical.
This is what I love about Tiffany. Now, I went to her bat mitzvah. It was a lot. I met Billy Crystal at the bat mitzvah. I think I told y'all this before, but it was a real thing. And you had done something before with the, what did you do before the actual party?
I had the ceremony. I had the actual bat mitzvah.
And that comedian that's super funny and she has a reckless mouth with the black hair. What's her name?
Sarah Silverman.
She was helping you with the process.
Yeah, her sister is my rabbi. And so she officiated the
whole... No, this was a real thing.
Yeah, this is a whole thing. Yeah, I got a certificate and all that.
This was not just for like show and tell.
Yeah.
They had candles burning.
Yeah.
They brought you in on the chair or they carried you.
No, when I walked in and then they brought the chair up and then they picked me up.
It was a thing.
And then everybody did the horror.
But this is what I love about the conversation we're having, because I feel like right now in the world we live in, and we saw what Ye went through and all that, there's an intersection with the Jewish community and the black community we all have very much similarities and backgrounds and struggles and experiences and love for God and love for life and love for community, that somehow that intersection doesn't cross. And I feel like that experience I went through with you and you are the intersection. So how do we get us all closer together? We can commune like this.
Well, we need to talk about the history of blacks and Jews. Like when it came to civil rights, it was the Jewish people that was funding that. It was Jewish rabbis that were getting arrested right along with Martin Luther King. But nobody wants to talk about that part. And it's like they keep the black people ignorant. The Jews know about it, and they want to talk about it. But it's like it's not. For some reason, it's being removed from the narrative. Because what happens if those two parties come together?
Crazy power.
Right?
Yeah.
Superpowers.
Yeah.
Superpowers. So how can we keep them divided? So let's create some controversy. Let's create some this. I literally just watched the documentary that this nonprofit organization put together, and we were sitting there talking, and I want to say his name is Dr. not Clifton. Maybe it is Clifton. I can't remember the man's name right now, but he's 92 years old. He was Martin Luther King's lawyer, still alive, still talking about everything King was trying to do, talking about how we've moved forward and how we've taken steps back, how close they were to, because the Jewish community, they was coming. My rabbi, Rabbi Yoshi, he goes to the Baptist church in Compton and like helps them, and that pastor comes to Stephen S. White's temple and teach. Like it's a community.
Why do you think those stories never get told?
Because then how are you gonna control the people? How are we gonna control the narrative? And let's keep them ignorant, and let's keep them thinking these people have this over here, and you never gonna get it. But
I've never felt inferior to any group of people, because like my dream is my dream and I'm gonna work hard to get my dream.
Right.
I don't know where this whole narrative comes that we're inferior as black people because of Jewish people or Jewish people. Like that is just nonsense to me.
It's complete nonsense. But if you look at like how media is put out there, and it's crazy because it's like a lot of the media outlets, they are Jewish owned or Jewish board members on there. So you would think that they would be like, hey, that's not cool, that's not okay. But then they might not even be paying attention. It's so funny because like I was talking to this one dude that's very ingratiated in the Jewish community, and he's saying, oh, black people this and black people that. And I'm like, no, we don't. And I'm like, where are you getting this from? He was like, oh, I read about it in the paper. I'm like, but are you watching what you guys are putting out? And then I was like, made him come over to the hood, made him walk with me around the block, introduced him to a bunch of kids and so he was like, oh damn, oh, it's not like what I thought it was. No, it's not. It's not. And sometimes you need to see for yourself with your own eyes. But if they're not really paying attention, like really looking at like what we are doing, like pay attention to the real leaders in the community. See what they're doing, what they're talking about. This is what's really happening in the community.
But we also got to come out of our community, see what they're doing. And
exactly.
And I think the example of being able to bring them in and have a conversation and educate them instead of it becoming a fight or I'm better than you. Because, like, honestly, I will say that when I first started Hollywood Unlocked, one of the first group of people to help me were Jewish folks. And when they brought me, they would bring me to meetings at dinner, though. So it was like, come and sit down and commune with us. What do you need? Oh, you don't have a car. They actually bought me a car. And I was blown away by the level of support and lack of asking for anything, really. And I just feel like somehow we have to find a way to get back together. Maybe that's the example.
But that's the whole point of the Jewish community anyways, like to give, to be a mensch to someone, to be of service, to help others, right? And especially if it's somebody that's pushing an agenda that you believe in, that you agree with, that you think is going to move the needle forward to better the people, right? But also you're not supposed to be like associating outside, but you can associate outside if it's going to better your people, right? And we are a part of the people. A lot of people don't know.
I want to talk about something else real quick. We talked earlier about foster care and our upbringing. We were on a plane somewhere and you talked about never going to prom. You asked me I had never gone to prom because my girlfriend wouldn't let me take my boyfriend. Then you talked about other celebrities that hadn't been to prom. And then you said we should have a prom to raise money to help foster kids. And then we kind of kikied about it and then you did it.
Yes, Paris Hilton. We was at a fashion award show and we were there and everybody was dressed up real nice. I said, dang, everybody dressed up like they in prom or something. Like, we all going to prom. This is cute. And Paris said, oh, I wish I would have went to prom. I'm like, what do you mean you wish you would have went to prom? And she's like, I've never been to prom. I've never been. I was like, what? What do you mean you never been? You're Paris Hilton. You never went to somebody's prom? She was like, never. Never. The school I went to, I couldn't go. And then that's when she started telling me about the school and stuff that she was in, what she'd been through. And I was like, dang, girl, you a foster kid like me, basically.
So Paris Hilton's family sent her to a boarding school for years. And so she didn't have the experience. But when you look at Paris Hilton as an heiress, a princess, and, you know, simple life, all that, you think she just comes from money. She's always had it well.
But she was in this boarding school that was operating like a group home, and maybe a little bit worse. So she was telling me about that, and I was just like, dang, girl, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. So then I talked to you, and I had talked to like 2 or 3 more celebrities that grew up in it, and they were all saying they never got to go to prom. And then I was talking to some producers about it, and they were saying that they never went to prom. So then when we were on the plane, I'm like, yeah, you ever go to prom, blah, 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 because I went to 3. And you was like, no, I've never gone because my girlfriend wouldn't let me take my boyfriend and da-da-da-da. And then I was like, we should throw a prom. We should throw a prom. And then I talked to Snoop about it, and Snoop was like, yo, if you throw a prom, I'm going to be there for sure.
But this is her just throwing out, we should do a prom. And then what?
I do the prom. And we raised it's almost $400,000.
You raised a lot of money, but you had a lot of good people show up and support. You honor me, which I want to say publicly thank you. You gave me the Hero Award.
You are my hero.
Well, you're my hero. That was Johnny, quit being emotional. Thank you. No, it was such a good night, but it wasn't just like a party in a room. You actually did the damn thing. Like, it was beautifully put together. The music, Paris Hilton performed. I mean, she DJ'd, Snoop performed. Now, I remember when you introduced Paris, you said, Paris, she understands our struggle. And I remember looking at you and going, what struggle she know? And you on the mic clarified that she went through her stuff too. And I think oftentimes we could look at somebody and judge them not knowing their past.
Not knowing what they've been through, how they struggle to get to where they're at. If you notice, like, Paris works hard. She works a lot. She doesn't have to do none of the stuff she do. But she knows that if she does this will help others too. These people will make money, this person will make money. And she's like, I'm gonna create my own. And she's creating pathways for others to have.
But what I love is, like, the point you're making, she doesn't have to help, but she chooses to use her experience in the past to actually help other causes. No, it was a great night. One thing that I noticed that night, though, was that one of your friends who always shows up and supports you, Jimmy Kimmel, he was there. I didn't get a chance to talk to him that night, but I was gonna go find him and just say, like, I really see you everywhere that she does something where your presence matters, you show up. How did that relationship develop? And I mean, I'm sure that's something you noticed too.
Yeah, well, I was trying to see where he was, trying to meet him and stuff. And then finally I did Girls Trip and I got to be on the show. They let me be on the show and I was like, oh, this is great. So I do the interview with them and I tell a story about the swamp tour and all that stuff. And he, like, when they cut to commercial break, he was like, that's absolutely the best interview. That was the best ever. That was the best. And I was like, wow, thank you. And then I'm like, will you be my friend?
You just asked him.
I just asked him, will you be my friend? And he was like, I would love to be your friend. And so we exchanged numbers, and then like he would invite me to little things, little functions, and I'd invite him to stuff. And I came up to like, they had like a party at some like arcade place, and I came up there, and I was telling him about my bat mitzvah, and he was like, yeah, right. I said, no, I'm throwing a bat mitzvah. You have to come. You have to come. Bring all these guys. You guys have to come. And he was like, Tiffany, you're hilarious. So you're doing a bat mitzvah themed birthday party? I was like, no. It's not a theme. It is my bat mitzvah. This is my event. This is my thing. And he was like, yeah, sure, okay, okay. So then I tell his publicist, we have the same publicist, I tell him, like, make sure he knows where it's at, that he comes through. And so he shows up and he's like in a windbreaker and some jeans. Oh
yeah, we were all in suits like and dressed up, and he looked like, real comfortable.
He was like, what the heck, what is this? Tiffany, this is a real bat mitzvah. I was like, I told you, I'm really having a bat mitzvah. Like, I'm not a liar. And ever since then, like, we just been supporting each other. He asked me to come to something, I'll show up. You know, if I can be somewhere for him, I'm gonna be there. If he needs a video, whatever, like, I'm gonna show up, and he shows up for me too.
But it was very noticeable how he showed up and supported you. Mm-hmm. And then the other thing that was noticeable was, I didn't see all the black folks we know that could have showed up and should have showed up. And I've been very clear saying that, and I know you're still grounded in blackness and culture and all that, and these are my opinions. I've said that we as black people have to start striving for greatness and moving the culture forward when it's important, not just when it validates mainstream or other people's agenda. Mm-hmm. Where is all the black folks when we need them?
I don't know.
Did you invite them?
Oh, I invited a lot of them. I invited all of them.
Really?
I invited all the ones I know, all the ones in my phone I sent the invitation to. Mm. And I got, I'm gonna come, or I can't make it, so I'm gonna make a donation. I'm gonna this, I'm gonna do this. And they ain't made no donations.
Really?
But I see where I stand. Mm-hmm. Like, you see where you stand with people. It's like, I'm not asking you to do this for me in particular. I'm asking you to do this for these foster youth. I'm asking you to do this for our future, not necessarily for me in particular, but if you want to count this as a favor, when I have showed up, it kind of hurt a little bit. Not that much, though, because it was still a beautiful thing.
It was amazing.
But it did hurt a little bit because it's like all these people that they always asking me for favors, always asking me to do this, asking me to do that. And I will make space to look out for my people. Like, if you black and you ask me something, I'm going to try my best to do it. Like,
I asked Tiffany to host the Hollywood Unlocked. I want to just go through this. And this is where one thing that I'm dealing with in therapy that you may not know. I say something, Dr. Ellis says, ask Tiffany. And I always say to him, I'm tired of asking Tiffany to show up and support me because you always do. Always. Like, there are times I have to tell you no, or you'd be like, why you didn't ask me? The Hollywood Unlocked Impact Awards, which we brought back to life last year, Tiffany offered to hosted it. She had to fly out literally right after it was done to get to the East Coast to do this major book thing with the Library of Congress, or all these librarians. Yeah. She was meeting with librarians.
The Library Association.
When a young girl was murdered in Stockton, California, back home, Lala, she was killed at her high school that I worked at and went to. I went home to go talk to the whole school, and Tiffany was like, I want to go. Got on a jet, canceled her whole day, went there, met with all these kids, spoke to all these kids, went to the group home that I grew up in. I mean, like, you constantly show up for people. And this is the thing I think that makes you great. You don't get angry the way I would if I always showed up for somebody and then they don't show up for you.
That's okay if they don't show up for me, though. It's okay. I just know not to show up. I just know not to show up like I've been showing up, right? Or I know that they were really using me, and God's gonna bring somebody else that's gonna show up for me. If they don't show up for me, that's okay. You didn't show up when you said you would, that's okay. Because somebody else showed up. Look at it. It was only supposed to be 200 people there. It was like 289, 300 people at that prom.
But it was also quality. It was quality. People who came for the purpose of supporting the She Ready Foundation and foster youth and donating. Money, lots of money.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people. And the people that I associate with, that I try my best to associate with and look out for, are good people. Like, I know my team is always like, you don't have to be doing favors for everybody. You don't have to do stuff for these people. Like, how is this gonna advance you? And I'm not worried about advancing me. God got me. Like, but I feel it in my heart to help this person. I feel it. And I want to. And if I want to, even if I'm like, I'm tired, but I want to be of service. So I'm going to. Some people I don't feel that way for. I don't want to help them. And I won't. I won't. I'll be like, dang, I would love to, but unfortunately, I'm not available. I'm out of town. Wish I could. And because I just be like, I would never do nothing for you. Why are you even asking me?
Right.
You're mean. You're nasty.
Right.
You've been saying nasty about me.
But you say that you won't say that to them.
I say that to people.
To their face?
To their face.
But what's their reaction?
To their face. They're like, oh, what? Tiffany, that was just me trying to be. No, you're nasty. You're nasty. They try to take pictures with me. See, fans be thinking they could say whatever about me, and like I'm not gonna make no time to go look them up and research and study and learn their face and learn all their business. But I do, mostly on my cycle. I be having downtime, and that's when I'm sitting on the toilet. I be like, oh, let me see who this person, they want to say this about me? Let me look them up. Okay.
You aren't going that deep into social media.
Baby, I be in it.
And then when they pop up at the Laugh Factory,
and then they pop up at the Laugh Factory, or I run into them at the airport, or I happen to be in a grocery store, and they're like, oh my God, Tiffany Haddish, is that you? Girl, can I get a picture? And I look at them, I be like, ain't you Cynthia such and such? Ain't you 837 hot? Ain't you whoop, 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 whoop? And they be like, oh, yeah, how you know? Yeah, because I seen what you said. Peace be with you, honey. No, I ain't taking no picture with you. You know what? I wish you nothing but happiness and joy. Get out my face. I'm got to go get hit by an ice cream truck today.
Because that's what you told me to do.
Yeah, because that's what you told me to do. Let me go run out in the streets and see if I can go get lost in traffic. No, why do you want to take a picture with me? I thought you didn't like me. I thought you thought I was this. You thought I was that.
Well, they thought you weren't funny, but came to the Laugh Factory to watch your set.
Came to the Laugh. Oh, you not fun. She not funny. But then buy a ticket. Come sit in the show. Kiki, laugh, run up on me, try to get a picture. And you think I don't see you? Oh, I see you.
But I think you're hilarious. And of course, the world does because you're extremely successful. But what I love about the conversation today is that people who are out there trying to develop their craft or finding the courage to like pursue their dreams, the dream that God gave them, and that are getting beat up online or beat up by their family, psychologically saying that they're not enough. All you gotta do is just keep going, keep believing in yourself.
Keep going and keep believing in yourself. And at the end of the day, if they talking about you, if they tagging your name, that is bringing your numbers up. Your algorithm is rising. Your, what they call a star meter is rising. So while you sitting here talking bad about me and like, I hate her and I wish she was in jail and I wish blah, 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 whatever they got to say, it's cool. Keep talking because you are promoting me. And somebody is like, wait, well, who is this? Let me go look her up. Well, I enjoy her. No, I've seen the good stuff she's doing. I know that she's doing. Like, yeah, okay, we all make mistakes, but what, it's like, thank you.
Now, at this event, the Prom, there were two other people there, Joe Coy. Now, I've seen you guys did this thing out, was in Sacramento where you had the whole arena sold out. It was tons of people. Do you prefer, first of all, the relationship with Joe Coy, speak to that. And then the second thing is when you're doing stand-up in arenas like that with him, are you nervous in that setting with like 9, 10, 20,000 people, or are you more nervous when there's 200?
Well, first of all, Joe Coy and I have known each other since the very early 2000s. When he first moved to LA, he was performing at the Laugh Factory, and so was I. And we both was broke, we both was struggling. And we used to sit up and talk about our dreams. And he was super funny then, and I was like learning how
the mechanics of it all?
I knew the mechanics, but I was learning how to find my voice and how to be comfortable with who I am. Like just be comfortable, not necessarily confident, but be comfortable and have the courage to talk about the things that, the average female won't talk about. And so he would always be encouraging me to like, talk about what you talk about when we eating hot dogs wrapped in bacon. Like, so I used to be so hungry and I was homeless at the time and I would wear the same outfit like every Thursday, the same outfit every Wednesday, the same, like I had these clothes that I would wear just to perform. And so every time he saw me, he was like, Tiff, you gotta get your wardrobe together. You wear the same jellies, you wearing the same clothes. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. This is art. This is art. He's like, no, this is broke. You broke. like, Which he was right. He was right. So he would buy me like hot dogs wrapped in bacon, and we would sit and talk and stuff and talk about our dreams. And like one day he was like, one day I'm gonna do arenas, and I'm like, one day I'm gonna do big movies, and I'm gonna do this to help people. And he's like, I'm gonna do this to help people, and like everything that we would just shout at each other, like go back and forth with. And then he had a baby. He would bring his son up to the comedy club, and while he would be on stage, I would watch his son, and then like pass the son back to him, like and I watched that little boy grow up. He a grown man now, and it's just like it blows my mind how long I've known Joe Coy and how he kept me from going to jail. I was about to fight this other comedian because she kept on talking about me, and I wasn't where I needed to be mentally.
Anybody we know?
I wasn't. No, you don't know it. I wasn't where I needed to be mentally. So you talk about me on stage now. I'm going up and I'm talking about you, and then she yelling stuff at me, and then I'm yelling stuff back at her.
In the same room?
Yes, in the same room. We used to say, and it was my show. And then then I brought up the next comedian. Well, this is what I brought up the next. I said some funny. Anyway, I brought up the next comedian, came off the stage, and I started taking my ponytail off, taking my earrings off, and it was Joe Coy and Ruben Parr that kept me from thoroughly beating this ass. Because I was ready to go to jail because I was sick of it. She had been picking on me for a year, and I was sick of it. I was tired of it. I'm like, I'm not gonna let you talk to me like this no more. Not in my face. You want to talk, go behind my back. Go online and talk. But you want to do it in my face? Well, I'm finna get up in your face too.
South Central.
All day. I popped off my nails. Like, I was ready.
You took the Lee unpressed?
I popped off my nails. I was ready to mollywop this woman up and down Sunset Boulevard. And those two comedians, Joe Coy and Ruben Parr, snatched me up and kept me up off her. I believe Tony Rock pushed her out the building or whatever. And they kept me from going to jail. And the owner was like, if you would have fought her, you would be banned, you would be this, you wouldn't be able to do. Like, and I did not care in the moment because I was sick and tired of her picking on me. But after she saw how I was really coming for her ass, like I was gonna whoop her, I was ready to whoop her, and they was like, "Oh, you strong, like Ruben Paul was like, "Dang, you strong, calm down, Tiffany." I was like, "Nah." Like, I was so.
I've never seen you that mad.
I was so pissed. But you keep picking on me.
Yeah.
You keep on messing with me. I'm
Sometimes
gonna be nice.
Sometimes you gotta beat up the bully one time.
And then I'm gonna have to get you. And ever since then, she been the nicest to me. We've been friends ever since. It's been like 14 years. We've been cool ever since. She respectfully, hey Tiffany, how you doing? I'm just calling you respectfully and just want to tell you I'm proud of you. And I love your growth. I love the maturity. I love what you're doing. Like, and I'm like, thank you. Bye.
Now, I didn't know, thank you, Joe, for saving her from beating the molly-whopping her ass. Now, I haven't heard molly-whopping so long. Now, you know that's when you're going to get your ass whooped with somebody molly-whop you. But Joe Coy was there. I don't know. He gave thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Mm-hmm. And then there was this white man who was super famous that I didn't know running around with no shirt on.
Bert Kreischer. So these are two.
I didn't even know how big he was.
These are my brothers.
Everybody at my table was like, do you know who that is? I'm like,
he the man.
No, I don't.
He the man. And these are my
That's
brothers.
what I heard.
These are my brothers. Like, so Joe Coy, like, he's like calling me like, Tiff, do you want to do this arena with me? It's 20,000 seats. Sold out. I'm doing this arena, that arena. And he would call me like the week before. I'm like, why don't you call me like a month and a half? Tell me. He was like, well, just anything you want to do with me, Tiffany, you can get on it. And I remember the first time I did it with them was at the Forum. And it was like 8,000 seats, 7,000 seats, sold out. And he was like, you want to come on? And I was like, sure. And I was like, dang, I don't know if my comedy is going to register in a room that big. And I came out, and was I nervous? No, but I was just like, this is probably going to go womp, 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 and it'll be 7,000 people talking about me online. But it actually went really great.
Wait, not you played off 7,000 people could laugh at me. That would be done.
Really?
Me?
No.
Absolutely.
But if 7,000 people talk about you, do you know how many more people gonna research you and fall in love?
Well, that's true. Okay, I didn't think about it like that.
There's gonna be so many more people. Think about like when I bombed it in Miami.
Hilarious.
Right? Bombed hard.
Hilarious.
Ate a bag, right? And then they talked about that for a week.
Yeah.
Like it was the only thing that happened on New Year's. Like out of all the whole wide world, everything else going on in the world, they talked about that.
I laughed at how surprised you were that you were that famous.
I had no clue.
Like, because it kept going on and on and on. Like,
I was
every
like,
day.
they're still talking about this?
Right.
Y'all still I said I was sorry. It's never going to happen again. Y'all still talking about this?
Yeah, I was Googling it every day in Miami to see if they were still talking about it, and they still were. When you would get on the phone, you were like, I can't believe this is still a thing.
But it was like, it was horrible. But at the same time, it was probably the best thing that ever happened to me because it introduced so many more people to me. So many more people fell in love. I went from like 3 million. I think I only had, because that was 2018 into 2019, right? Girls Trip had just came out, and I had made like 2 million followers. That was almost to 3 million. And it went from that, like within 3 months, I had another 2 million followers.
So while people were laughing at you and making it a mockery, it was introducing a whole new market to you.
A whole new market, internationally. International news, okay? They talking about it in Africa, CNN. That's how you know you made it. When you make a mistake and they talking about it on CNN in Africa.
Yeah, like when I killed the queen.
They talked about it all around the world.
The Chinese were talking about it. I was like, damn, I didn't even know y'all knew her like that.
But they know you now.
They know me now. But that lesson, I think, you know, it is to your point, like, yeah, it hurts when you're going through it, but you go through it, and when you come through, you better than you were before.
Exactly, and you need to be strong enough to handle the weight that's going to be put upon you. Like what they say, heavy is the head that wears a crown, right? The crown ain't necessarily light, and your neck need to be strong enough, and you need to be able to maintain that swivel to keep that crown on.
So you had your crown on at the prom, and you auctioned off the painting that Common made for you.
He didn't make that painting for me.
Did he paint that for you?
No, he didn't paint that for me. So we went to a painting class together. It was our first date in California.
But it was an experience you shared with him that you now made some money off of.
Yeah, he painted one, and I painted one. I think he just gave his away, just gave it to Goodwill or something, and I went ahead and made some money for the kids off of it.
But what made you auction that off for charity?
Well, I didn't want it in my house anymore, and I'm like, you know, that part of my life is over.
Yeah.
And I thought it was very good. I felt like it was great art. So then I was like, let me auction it. I had already auctioned off another painting that I did a few years back at Miss Tina Knowles' event at the Wearable Art Gala, and it made like $16,000. So I'm like, if that one made $16,000 for that charity, what will this one make for my charity? And we made like $10,000. So I was pretty happy with that.
No, so when you look at the event and you look at how successful it was, and the Snoops and the Parises and me and everybody else, just your friends, your family, your best friends were there. When you walked away, what did you feel?
When I walked away, I felt accomplished. I felt like I did a good deed for others. Like when you think about that event, like everyone that worked on that event, all the people that we hired was all BIPOC. It was all by Black-owned, Hispanic, you know, like minority businesses. From top to bottom, from the decorations, the food, the tables, everything was BIPOC. And that to me felt really good. So we spent money to do this event, but that money went right back into our community, right? And so to me, that was super huge. To have it where we had it at the Sola Beehive, and to have it there.
Which is in the community. And I know how intentionally Black you are, and like how intentional you are about making sure that we're investing in the communities that we live in and that we grew up in. And the way you created that was just so beautifully done, right?
Well,
there.
it wasn't about being,
and everybody working it was Black.
Yeah, and it wasn't about me being intentionally Black. That was about me sharing my environment with the people that I know that don't go over there. You know, I go to all these different charity fundraisers and events, and they're always at the Beverly Hills Hilton or somewhere in Bel Air.
Excuse me, that's what my award show is.
I know, but that's an award show. This is different. But like, we go to all these things, they're helping inner city youth in Beverly Hills, and the inner city youth always have to come over there. No, make these people come to the inner city so they see where their money is going, so they can see why they should invest, why they should put up a little something to change these. A little bit of money can change somebody's whole existence. And a little bit of money could be $200.
And they may not even knew that venue was there, as beautiful as it is, to be able to use for their events.
Right. Yeah. And now that business is like growing, you know, and I'm just so proud of that whole place, what they do for kids there. Like they teach the kids computer programming and video gaming, how to make the games. They teach them graphic designs, all this stuff. So by the time they get to college, they are already experts. You know, they're already experts. And this is inner city youth, and not just Hispanic kids, not just Black kids, but kids that live in that community.
But when you see that, and like I've been in your world at that prom, I will say there were more rich white people there to support you than there were Black folks. And as somebody who is so pro-Black and so pro-supportive of the community, do you, one thing I struggle with is sometimes the lack of support I feel like I get. Do you ever look at it and how do you rationalize it? Like, where do you sit with that? Because because Girls Trip was 4 black women in a movie that was made by a black man, right? But you reached international success, and the black folks loved you and the white folks loved you, but now it seems like you have so much more white fame and support than black fame and support. Am I seeing that wrong or thinking that wrong, or am I just looking at the industry?
I think you're just looking at that room, and maybe, and maybe if you, you know what, because I've been selling out comedy shows all over lately, but I've been doing that for kind of some years now, and I sell out my shows, and my shows sell out pretty fast, and yeah, it do be a lot more white people there than it do black people. In the beginning of my career, I'm not even say the beginning of my career, because in the beginning of my career was always white people there and black people weren't showing up. I couldn't even do I want to do like chocolate Sundays or do the black nights, and they wouldn't barely let me on to the black nights. And not till I got my own room and I start booking other black comics to do my room, then I could start doing it.
But it was your set, it was your thing.
It was my thing. And then I was booking other black comics, and then they were telling the promoters for the black rooms, like, you need to book Tiffany. Tiffany's funny. Like, we should get Tiffany on. We should get Tiffany. So, and then I could start doing like the blacker rooms. But white people was always there from the beginning. And they buy their tickets the fastest. So then it sell out. Like, if they find out I'm going up, sold out. And then I get all these messages from all these black people like, I want to go. Do you have any spare tickets? Can I buy your spare tickets? Can I blah, blah, blah? And I'm just like, well, why didn't you go? Why didn't you buy the ticket when I announced it? I announced it on the 1st and the 15th. When people get their check, come on.
But see, and one of the things that Laverne Cox was here talking about was white fame, and like how she is, she's had a lot of success in the white world, but then like in the urban or hip hop or in like culture, it's been difficult. Where I feel like you have both, but it seems like, I don't know, it just seems like the white folks really show up and support you now in those rooms.
Yeah. But also, like, it was $1,000 a ticket to come to.
But you give 1,000,000% of love and support to everybody. $1,000.
Yeah, but then maybe these rich black folks, maybe they're not really rich. Maybe they're not really rich, or maybe they didn't realize that. Maybe they thought, oh, Tiffany's so ghetto, it's gonna be super ghetto, I don't want to go. And they don't realize that I throw very classy, sophisticated, fun events.
I was in a tux. We were dressed.
Very fun, classy, sophisticated events where you still can have a great time. When you came to my bat mitzvah, it was a nice, healthy mix of both.
At the SLS Hotel.
Because I've always been involved with both. I'm not like, oh, I'm just black, or I'm just Jewish, or I'm just dealing with white folks. I deal with all people, black, Hispanic, Asian, white, Jewish, Middle Eastern. It does not matter to me. You're
Gay,
a human.
straight, yeah.
It don't matter to me. You was born a girl, now you a boy, you was born a boy, now don't matter to me. You a human. I with humans, period. I want to see all of us do well. I want to see all of us achieve greatness. We not all gonna do it though.
But this is what I think you did, what Queen Latifah said to me a long time ago. She said, when I started my career, she said, get the culture behind you and then take them on a journey. I feel like you did that. You've taken everybody on a journey, but we have to stop feeling like we can't show up when the rooms don't always look just like us. Like, we have to learn how to integrate in the rooms to continue to elevate.
If it don't look like you, it's you there to teach. You're there to be an example of how good the community is. Don't be a standoff in the corner like, oh, there's too many white people in here. I don't want to talk to none of them. I can't relate to none of them. You'd be surprised how much you can relate to them. You'd be surprised how many of these white people was on Section 8, was on WIC food stamps and all of that shit. Was like, going from foster home to foster home to foster. I done met 2 lawyers that are super duper powerful out here that I would have never thought spent a day in the system. They was in there for 15 years. But somebody saw them, believed in them, and gave them a chance, and now they're really successful lawyers. Like, it's like, you never know what somebody go through to get to where they at till you take your time to look at them in the eyes and have a conversation. I will have a conversation with anybody if I'm not eating. If I'm eating, you know how I get. Don't f with me when I'm chewing. I think it's when I'm peeing on the toilet. You see me walk into the bathroom, we in public. People see me walk into the bathroom, they try to follow me into the bathroom. They follow me in. I'm peeing, I'm sitting on the toilet. Okay, really squatting over the toilet. Doesn't matter. I'm over the toilet. And they're like, Tiffany Haddish, is that you? Can I get a picture with you, girl? You know I love you, girl. I'm just steady peeing. I ain't saying nothing.
That's when you should just push a fart out.
I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing. I might have to take a shit. Don't matter. I'm going to use the bathroom. I'm acting like they not even talking to me. And then they banging on the door. I know you hear me, girl. I know you hear me.
They don't bang on the door.
Bang on the door, player. Bang on the door.
That's when you should have a little water bottle and just start spraying the floor so they could think you peeing on the floor. Yeah.
Nah, then I'll be coming out the bathroom. I'm like, dang, what the hell is wrong with you? And they be like, what? I'm like, can you let me at least finish doing my personal business? Talk to me while I'm washing my hands. Like, you already came in here. Wait a second.
Yeah, but you're sitting down.
And I heard you trying to inhale when you heard me pass gas. You wanted to smell that Haddish fart? I heard you. Okay. I heard you go.
Okay, we just had Suki with the good coochie here, and she was telling everybody about farting on people. We can't be.
I'm not into that.
Yeah.
I'm not into that.
Because that's a little reckless.
I do pass gas on penises, though, but I'm not into.
You do not pass gas on a penis?
Yes, I do.
Not during sex.
No, not during sex.
Oh.
You know how like after sex.
No, I don't know.
And then you cuddling.
No, yes.
And they spoon in, right? And they got that thing like right here.
You don't
like right in here.
You don't fart.
And then you kind of relax, and then it's like, oops.
No.
Sorry about that. And he be like, it's warm, I like it. Most guys say it's warm, they like it.
Okay, if you have a man who thinks it's cute and warm that you farted on his penis, that's sick. He probably cuddles with his dog.
No, I don't think he would cuddle with his dog, but I think they love me. Most of them do.
The one thing I would say, you literally, if you're awake, you're working. We always joke about the mantra is if I'm awake, I'm working. I try to say that I don't work nearly as hard as you. You shot during a lot of this time period of doing tours, doing the She Ready Foundation, doing stand-up comedy. You were also dressed like, what were you dressed like in that Disney Project Haunted Mansion?
I was a medium. That was inspired by, some of our ancestors and Erykah Badu and Whoopi out of Ghost, and just to have that, I don't know. It's a look. It's definitely a look, and it was not easy to put on every day.
So Haunted Mansion is a project by Disney where it's a huge, huge project that I think you're the center of this whole, explain what it's about, but you're the center of it all, and it's an all-star cast. I know that the hair and makeup had to take probably 3 or 4 hours. I don't know what day to do because every time I would FaceTime her, she would have different color eyes, nails, wigs, outfits. She looked like her. She had all this jewelry on. You look like they said gypsy. I can't say gypsy is a bad word. Is that a...
No, I'm playing a medium.
A medium, okay.
A medium.
You're Miss Cleo.
I'm like a clairvoyant medium, psychic, if you will, able to talk to the dead, able to tell your future type of thing. And that's what my character did. She do little spells and stuff. She owns a little shop, and they come to her. But I'm not the center of the movie.
You're the center of all the artwork.
Yeah, maybe of the artwork because I had the biggest headpiece, but I'm not the center of the movie. The center of the movie is the house.
Right, but you're the medium are you the medium that's guiding everybody through the Haunted Mansion? You can't tell. This is what I'm saying, I wasn't in the Haunted Mansion and I don't talk.
Did you go on a ride?
No, I don't go on rides.
What?
No, wait, have I been? No, I don't
it's
go on
one of the simplest rides.
Okay, so you're a medium. The people that are in there now, Jared Leto, who's probably one of the most beautiful Caucasian men I've seen. I'm going to call him Caucasian, Jared. I don't know what you are. You ain't black. But anyway, he's gorgeous. Jamie Lee Curtis, who I love and I'm a fan of.
Kills it in the movie. She's amazing in the movie. It's so much. I learned so much from her. I mean, that woman is a thesaurus of all things good.
Oscar winner, Jamie Lee Curtis, by the way.
Oscar winner, Jamie Lee Curtis, yes.
So how was she to work with? Because I've heard is she easy to work with? Is she difficult to work with? She's iconic. She can be Jamie Lee Curtis.
She's easy. She was easy for me. But a lot of people that I've worked with that most people say is difficult to work with, it's easy for me to work with. But that might be because I'm just so genuine and open and honest with them and not trying to kiss their butt. I'm just like, what up? What's going on? Hey, tell me about what happened with this. I just treat them regular.
So in this film, Jamie Lee Curtis, Jared Leto, Lakeith Stanfield, Owen Wilson, Rosario Dawson, and Tiffany Haddish. That's crazy. That's the all-star line. That's the all-star lineup.
Yeah, and I was hired first, but it's more so about Lakeith's character and the house, and what's going on in the house. And then I'm just, I moved the story forward, but I was hired first.
How was working with Rosario Dawson? Because I'm a huge fan. 7 Pounds to me is my favorite movie that she's been in.
She is the best. I know that if we all went somewhere together, you will fall in love with her, and then I'm going to be fighting you because you're going to be trying to get her pregnant instead of me.
No. We're going to have the baby because she's not going to go to the gay club with me like you are.
She is going to go to the gay club.
Really?
Yes. Her and I are the same age. She like to have the same kind of fun I have. She is fun, bro.
Rosario
she might be a
Dawson's
little bit more fun than what I am.
Rosario Dawson. But see, she was dating the senator, so I kind of think people who date senators are like.
You think senators don't like to have fun?
Cory Booker ain't coming with us to the Abbey. I don't care what you say. Okay, well listen, I'll give you give me 1 egg. Rosario, you give me the other egg. I'll give you both 7-pound babies. I mean,
my baby gonna be like 8 to 10.
Okay, 8 to 10.
It's gonna be a big baby, and looking at your head, it's gonna have a big old
8
head.
to 10 pounds, not inches. People, get your mind out together.
10.
Okay, so now in a movie like that, when you're doing a Disney film, because Disney is so massive, I don't think it gets any bigger than Disney, right? It reaches the whole world.
That's the whole world, yeah.
Does that change how you, like, does the price go up when you're in a Disney project?
I mean, the price.
It's already up.
The price is already up. And it went up more.
So July 28th it drops, and then at the same time that's dropping, you're in another TV show series back on Apple.
Yeah, After Party, season 2 of the After Party. And you should watch the After Party because you like to solve a little mystery and you love to point fingers too.
No, the only mystery I'm trying to solve is why me and you are both fabulous and single. Are you single? Because they said you was dating that one actor. What's his name?
Which one?
What's his name?
Oh, Reggie?
Yes.
You talking about Reggie?
Yes.
Well, that was me trying to, who knows what happened with Reggie. I don't know.
Were you trying to be funny and make somebody jealous?
I might have been trying to make somebody jealous, or
Trying to attract somebody?
I might be trying to, bring the boys into the yard, or I might just be trying to help Reggie get his numbers up. Or maybe me and Reggie went on a date. We didn't go on a date. But maybe me and Reggie will go on a date.
Nobody believed that.
Well, it got a lot of likes for him.
It did.
It's like the most likes he's ever had.
Damn,
Next
Reggie.
to the picture of him and his mama.
Well, they say every man wants a woman like his mom, right? Isn't that what they say?
I mean, I look just like her.
You do not look just like that man's mama.
Nope, because his mama's white just like your mama. So in my, LA Magazine cover, my hair looks just like hers. So.
How did you do it?
I had a nice little,
Swoop.
that little bowl cut that go around it, that little bowl situation around.
Okay.
I'll show you the picture. It's cute.
Listen, we have gifts.
Oh, really?
Can I give you a gift? Can I give her the gift? Okay, cool. It's right there. It's that basket.
This basket?
You want me to keep picking it up?
Wait,
it's
what
too
is
far
this?
back. No, don't touch that.
Okay,
yet.
I won't touch it. Okay.
I can't get up. I can't get it.
Okay, I got it.
You got it?
I
Okay.
got it. Okay. This
Is
one.
it that one first? Okay, we'll start with that one. Go
Okay.
ahead and open that. Do you need me to help you with the? Because you got it. You got it.
I got it. Okay. Oh. I love it. Me and Christian Louboutin.
So we had dinner with Christian Louboutin, and let me tell you, Christian is an amazing human being. For those of you that never had a chance to meet him, yes, you got the red bottoms. If you can't afford the red bottoms, you painted some shoes before. Christian, I wanted Christian to meet Tiffany because him and I have been talking about you for I don't know how long, and then you met. What did you think?
I loved him. He's super fun and funny, and I was trying to pitch that Bunyan Bouton.
Yeah, tell everybody about the conversation in which you tried to pitch Christian Louboutin an idea.
So basically, we was, eating dinner, and then I had to run and go do a spot at the same place we was eating dinner. So I did my little stand-up set, and I came back, and at that point, I was like a drink and a half in, and I was like, Christian, let me tell you, we need to do a bunion shoe. Like, you need to do a shoe for bunions. I mean, your shoes already make bunions. How about make a shoe that's comfortable for the bunions? And it could be a really beautiful heel with a little extra space around the bunion portion. And he was like, no bunion. I'm like, yeah, you could do it. We could call it the Christian.
The She Ready Bunion.
Yeah, the She Ready Bunion shoe. Bunion.
No, this was the full pitch that you actually were passionately pitching this man about, and you really believed in it. I went back talking to people, women,
and they loved it.
No, they thought it was an ingenious idea because apparently Women be getting bunions.
Yeah, we be getting bunions from the, what is this? Wait, oh my God, yes! Toe spreaders, perfect for the bunion. This is what we need. We need a shoe that can spread your toes.
Keep going through the box.
Oh my God. What's this? Okay. The acrylic paintbrush, because I love to paint. This is the paint.
Okay.
Acrylic paint.
So, okay.
You found the bunion heel?
No. So
No.
we got you the heel, we got you the bunion stuff, and then we got you the paint. So Christian said no to the shoe.
Uh-huh.
He told me to let you know that's not going to happen. But I feel like if you actually take your arts and crafts experience and actually make it.
I designed it. No, okay, so look. So after that.
We can get together, pitch it, and our kid, but portion of the proceeds can go to our kids' trust.
Oh, all of my portion will go to the trust. And that's why we got to do a trust. And then what we can do is
Trust that neither one of us spend that money.
no, we can do a trust fund, and we both over it, and our kid is in it too, right?
Okay.
And then if we like,
And our baby's godfather,
and our
Christian.
baby godfather,
Yes.
and Cardi, she
Cardi.
can be a part of the trust
Yeah.
too. And then
Bloody shoe,
yeah,
Cardi.
the bloody shoe,
Okay.
and then we can buy a building together.
Love it.
And then
We
then that'll be the child's inheritance, right? And we'll rent that building out so that there'll be money going into the trust.
And if we paint the floor red, we can write it off through the Godfather.
Exactly.
And Cardi can perform at the grand opening.
She can do the bloody shoes. And look. And then, so you're not being called Mr. Haddish.
Yes.
Or Tiffany
Yes.
Haddish's
Yes.
baby daddy.
Yes.
I'll legally change my name to Tiffany Lee, right? Right? And it's like we married, but we ain't married. And we'll do power of attorney over it. A power of attorney, not eternity, but power of attorney.
Well, you can't change your last name because then the places I can't get in using your last name.
But this will be the same.
Right, but what if you're on tour? So we'll be Tiffany and Jason Haddish Lee.
No, Tiffany and Jason Lee.
Okay. Jason and Tiffany Haddish. No, because then I'm the bottom. Okay, well, either way, look. So if
No,
Christian.
it's you the top. But it's your name first, right? Men name first.
Yeah.
So you the top.
Yes. Okay, yes, I'm the top.
Jason and Tiffany Lee.
Okay, so
But
we
if
have
we
our
do
plan.
Jason and Tiffany Haddish Lee, now your last name is Haddish.
Lee.
Haddish Lee.
But listen, with,
I like that Haddish Lee. That sounds like a product.
so with Christian, so this is the plan.
I'm a Haddish Lee,
So
go
let
to
me
the
just
store.
recap the plan. You're gonna go back. You're gonna design the shoe.
I'm gonna design it.
I'm gonna
now,
pitch
is
it
this
to-
red or is this hot pink?
That's the closest red
It's
we
metallic,
can get
it's
to without my
metallic
baby's
red.
godfather suing us. Okay, for infringement.
Okay.
Then we'll package it up. We'll pitch it to Christian. We'll pitch the godfather thing to him too. We'll put Cardi in to perform at
Mm-hmm.
the grand opening of the launch of our baby's shoe for the trust.
Yeah, but you know, like this Giuseppe I got on right now is more like a bunion shoe. You see how it just has a strap there?
Yeah, yeah.
And the bunion can be pulled back, or the bunion can be right up in the strap, right? That's more of a bunion.
But just
protected
remember,
shoe.
a strap in will feel better than a strap on.
Thank you guys so much for watching the Jason Lee Show today. I
Wait,
hope you
wait,
had
wait. There's another gift. That basket is a gift.
Oh, the basket?
Because you have a grocery store that you're building.
Facts.
Wait, what else is that right there? Is that the lid? Oh, that's
the lid to the
No,
shoebox.
so no, there's a basket because you're building a grocery store, and you invited me to be a part of this amazing board. She has the smartest people who are part of Diaspora Groceries. Do you want to talk about what you're doing, or what the hard work that you do in that? You don't just have a board; you actually show up and you participate, and you're driving it, and you fought hard to get the space. I don't want to tell the whole thing, but go.
Okay, so I had this notion that like how can I bring the community together? How can I elevate our community? How can I like end all this craziness? And I realized I can't do it by myself. And I'm just like, how can I grow other businesses? Like through finances, because I've been reading these books on money and stuff. I'm like, through money and finance, you can change the whole community, right? So how can I do that? So I was thinking of different ways, and how could I support more businesses, and how could I do this, and how could I do that? And I realized, you know, grocery stores hold thousands of businesses in them. There's thousands of different companies inside of one grocery store. And, you know, I noticed that Michael's and Home Depot, they hold thousands of companies in their buildings too, but they teach people how to use their products, and grocery stores don't teach you how to use their products. And a lot of the people in my community are dying because they don't even understand how food properly works.
Or have access to healthy food.
Or have access to healthy food. Or they're just like pulling up to fast food places and feeding their kids, and all these kids got diabetes and obesity and all this stuff. So how can I get rid of that? How can I help fix that? And I'm like, and then I noticed that in my community alone in South Central LA, they closed down 3 different grocery stores, and each one served 50,000 people. So now that's 50,000, that's 150,000 people trying to find somewhere to get healthy food, like to get food. And then I found out that like South Central is redlined, wherever there's that's why it's super important to do the census. And, because when you do the census, they decide like, okay, there's more uneducated black people over here or uneducated Hispanic people over there, but this is the income over here. And they start redlining. They start deciding what food goes where, who gets what. When I bought my house, my first house, when I bought it because they told me Trader Joe's was coming. Trader Joe's is still not there. Trader Joe's decided not to go there off of Crenshaw and Martin Luther King. They decided to go to USC further down Martin Luther King Boulevard because they only want to be in communities that have a high rate of college educated people. And if they can't be in the community where there's a lot of college educated people, they want to be around people that are getting college educated. So they took out one of the, like, I thought it was the best grocery store ever. Maybe it wasn't, I don't know, but it was because it was right by USC. They took that store out and they put in Trader Joe's. And so now you got to go down to Trader Joe's to get some food, which is cool. I ain't mad at that. But all these other stores are shut down, and a lot of people in the community can't afford Trader Joe's. They can't afford that kind of food. So I want to create a place that you can afford that, and that teaches people how food works, and that also teaches people how money works. Because for me as an individual, when I understood how food worked and how money worked, I became a more happier, productive human being. And I feel like if you're more happier and productive, then the family will be more happier and productive. And if the family's more happier and productive, the community will be more happier and productive. And then there's less need for police, and that's my way of curing systemic racism.
And it creates job opportunity, education.
Thousands of jobs.
And I love the fact that it's designed infusing technology and all those other things that I never even thought of. And it's so crazy that I think the added value is when people get that experience, like I'm in the experience of hearing you all developing it and talking how hard you fought to get the space and all that.
Oh yeah.
Then I go back to my hometown where I grew up on the south side, and there's no grocery store there. And you start to look at in communities that look like us where there is no access. So for you to get food, you have to go on the other side of town. Well, if you don't drive, how do you go and get those groceries? If you can't afford Postmates, and in my community where there's not even a lot of Postmates back home in Stockton.
Or
like
Instacart.
Right.
I was looking to see if there was an Instacart where we were. There was no Instacart.
Right, that's what I'm
You
saying.
can't even, and I'm like, dang, so Instacart could be providing jobs to people that do have a car that can go and get the food for them and bring them the groceries, right? That could be a job for somebody instead of them going out and selling drugs, right? Instead of like going and flocking houses, robbing houses. They could be like delivering food, actually bringing healing to somebody. Like food is a drug. That's why it's the Food and Drug Administration. And how you put the food, how you prepare it is how your body's gonna process it, and it creates all these chemicals and things that happen in your body. And people don't even know about that. Like, why do you like eating ice cream so much? Why does that create so much, like, you feel so joyous, and then, but then your stomach hurts, and then it's like all these different things. You don't even understand the chemistry of food. You just want it, why does it taste good?
Why was it important to develop that in the middle of you building your career and everything too? Like, why is that a priority now? Why not later?
Because I'm going to, at some point in time, not be doing my career. I'm at some point in time going to go, hey, I want to chill. And I would like to be able to just walk down to the street and know that I'm getting the opportunity. If I could walk down the street and know that I have healthy options right down the street from my house, that's good for me. And I've always been the type of person, I want to live around where I can walk to the grocery store. If I can't walk to the grocery store, I think in my mind, if there's a natural disaster, I am like, if an earthquake happens, I remember when the earthquake happened, we was able to walk to the grocery store. We was able to walk to the mini market, walk to the butcher shop, and walk to there used to be a little fruit stand that was in the block, so we could walk over to the fruit stand and get food and have something to eat. There used to be a fruit truck that would drive through my neighborhood. It'd be like,
why we all have that same damn horn in our community though?
but you know they come outside. We knew that was the fruit man. That's
yeah.
the fruit truck. And then we would go out. I would buy lettuce. I would buy all this stuff. Like, and he took food stamps. And so I was grocery shopping at 9 years old, 8, 9 years old, for my sisters and brothers and my mom. I was preparing the meals. Like, I was feeding us, and it was not easy. But sitting watching my mom do it, and I realized so many kids aren't watching their mothers cook for them anymore. They're not. I think they're so disconnected because they're not seeing anyone really love them. Like, I think real love is when you are doing actions for some, and they can see you doing it. Your kids, when they see you making their meals for them, even if it's nasty, and they might not want to eat it right then, but like my mama used to do us, she'd be like, well, then you won't eat it all until when you're hungry, you'll eat it.
Right.
And she was right. It was nasty as hell, but I ate it anyway.
That was Brussels sprouts for me.
Yeah, it was lamb chops for me. But she was making lamb chops though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But they was super cheap back then too.
Right.
But it's like she would cook these meals and I would watch her cook these things. And because I was watching her and she had her accident, then I was able to do the same for my sisters and brothers. Like, they know how much I love them. They know how much I care. And they do the same for their kids and their friends' kids. Like, we all look out for each other. And it's just like, I don't know, when somebody cook for me, like make something for me, I feel like, man, this person really loves me. Because they're making sure I live. They're feeding me. And kids, they see their parents just drive through the drive-through, spend $5, give them a Happy Meal, and that's it. And it's like, no, take 30 minutes, make something for them. Let them
make it with you.
Let them make it with you. Spend that time to keep them off the streets.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know that many gangbangers. I do know a lot of gangbangers, and a lot of them did have mamas that cooked, but their mamas also went to work, and she would cook while they would sleep, and then the food would already be in there, and then they just warm it up.
No, but it's interesting you said, because I remember growing up in the group home, the only time I can remember actually helping to cook things was on my meal night. Like, we all had a meal night that we all had to participate in making the food with the staff. And I feel like the way you've designed it, and first of all, the architectural design, having something like that in our community, that when you walk in, it's escapism by itself, just walking into something that amazing, and then being able to learn skill and trade right there is dope.
Yeah, and they're gonna be learning how food works and how money works. And what I love about it is, like, it's at the Founders Bank right off of Buckingham and Martin Luther King, which was one of the first black-owned banks that was opened in South Central LA. And I mean, so many people tried to get that place. It's been abandoned for almost 30 years. There's fires there like damn near every month. When I was talking about the firefighters coming, that's where they always putting the fires out over there. And it's like, and I would talk to them about it, and they were telling me, Tiff, if you need to get it, like, do something about it, because we are so tired of putting fires out. We're so tired of chasing off homeless people out of there. And it's like, it's dangerous right now. So they need to, like, redo the whole thing needs to be redone. And it will elevate the community, and it will bring pride and joy to people. And I want to make it have co-op aspects to it, so then people have a sense of ownership. And I feel like when people feel like they have a sense of ownership, they take a little more pride in it. They'll take care of it, and then they'll be able to say, "Yeah, I own something." Because I saw the police during that whole during pandemic, and people are marching and protesting and all that stuff. And I saw this one thing on the news where the people was yelling at him, and he said, look, the police officer said, I'm here to protect the owners. I have to protect the owners. I'm protecting the owners. I hear what you're saying, but I have to protect the owners. And I'm just like, that's it. We all need something to own. We all need to be owning land. We need to be owning, because that is the police job, to protect the owners. Right.
Well, and if that's your property, or that's your that's yours, you're going to protect it too.
Exactly.
And then hopefully see it scale, because we need one in Stockton.
I want one everywhere that we are at.
Well, listen, what I want to do now is really get to the grid of what we do here in these messy games.
Okay, let's play some messy games.
Well, your friend Kevin Hart said that I need to sip less tea and more cappuccino, so this has been the cappuccino. But now the games are tea. So the first game that we do here at the Jason Lee Show today is called Tea or Tweet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you some tea, and you're going to answer it. But if you don't want to answer it, then you have to tweet something that I want you to tweet. But you can't tell anybody that I asked you to tweet it for at least 48 hours.
Okay.
You ready?
She ready.
You're not nervous?
No.
You sure?
No. I'm courageous, boo.
Okay. So earlier I mentioned you were in 2 films, one with Melissa McCartney and the other one was with Selma Hayek. Who was the bigger diva to work with, Selma or Melissa?
Selma.
The Gucci queen?
Of course. First of all, everything Gucci, everything like, to her schedule. She had her assistant, she had the guy that, I guess he was her assistant and he was helping her with her lines and stuff. And then she's like, Tiffany, you don't have to do that. No, they do that for you. No, they do this for you. Like she's telling me what people will do for me because I'm like, oh, I'll take care of it. I'll do it. She's like, no. They'll do it for you. And then like when we went to her, she invited me to her house in London and it was like Gucci everywhere. It was so beautiful.
So you went to Selma Hayek's house?
Yes, and I slept at her house for like a whole damn day in a princess bed with circular bed. And then she would come in and check on me. Are you okay, darling? Are you okay? Like, it was great. But like everybody was to her beck and call. Like,
wait, does Selma Hayek does she have staff?
Yeah.
So Selma Hayek, we know she's famous, we know she's rich, but like her husband owns all these brands, Gucci and all. Okay, so they're rich.
Yeah.
And the house is rich.
Yeah.
Take me.
I will. She got this shoe rack, man, that spins. It spins, and they got hundreds and hundreds of shoes, and it just spins. It's beautiful.
Does her closet look like a department store?
Her closet, you could tell was 2 bedrooms that had been made one big ass room. And it's like all these beautiful clothes, and there's a place to do makeup and hair and everything. And then there's like this big island in the middle, and it has all these beautiful bags and pants and like all this cool stuff in it, and glasses.
So she's literally living like a boss.
She is a boss. She is the boss.
But I mean, like when you see her, she's so humble and sweet, and she comes out so nice.
She is super sweet, but you know what? She don't take no.
Is she sassy?
Yes, and funny. She don't play around.
Bring her to the Abbey. Bring her to the Abbey.
She probably like, darling, I'm tired. No.
She ain't coming
like, I had to be like demand it. I was like, let's go to the Drake concert. Like me and her daughter was like on her about going to the Drake concert, and she's like, oh, this is fun. This is nice. Oh, who's this Gucci man? My husband owns Gucci. Who is Gucci man? I was like. And then her daughter was there, and I was like, you see he wearing your inheritance right now? He like got you popping, right? And she's like, yeah. And she's like, who is he? Who is? I was like, girl, I'm gonna introduce you to him. You need to know him.
You introduced Selma Hayek to Gucci?
Yeah, we was back there and she met him. She met him. She met all the Migos. They was all wearing Gucci stuff too. She met all of them, and she was saying, thank you so much for wearing the Gucci and everything. Yeah.
Thank you so much for wearing my husband's
Yeah, for supporting us.
That's crazy.
She the sweetest, but she is a diva. Like, it's just like, I've never seen, like, it's just, she was teaching me how to like let people do things for you. And she's like,
she let everybody do everything for her?
I mean, they was doing most everything for her. But then she'd turn around and she'd do stuff. Like, cause she's still like, she battles with it too. But she just been rich a lot longer. She the best.
Can we get discounts, or do they don't give no discounts?
I was begging for one.
Did you get one?
No.
Damn, Selma, come on now.
But she did send, I was like, I'm trying to buy this bag, blah, 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 blah. And then the bag showed up.
But why does she have to buy the bag if her man owns the bag?
I don't know if she bought the bag, but she told me, I don't know if she bought the bag.
She didn't buy that bag.
I don't know, but I know I love that bag.
Let's go to
if she don't get if she go to the Gucci store, she gets a small discount.
If she walks in the Gucci store, they better just throw whatever she wants in the bag.
They probably do, but I'm sure there's an invoice that's sent.
Nobody's paying that invoice. She owned it. She owned the invoice that's sent. They own the invoice.
Yeah, but like, I mean, I buy tickets to my shows and I give them to people.
You buy tickets to your own shows?
Sometimes. And I give them, like, when I go down to the fire department, I give them tickets.
Okay,
because I don't want their names on my guest list.
Hilarious. Okay, here's the next game. This game is called Smash or Pass. Now, this is a game where we're going to just put up someone's name. Here's your paddle right there. And you're either going to say smash or pass, and you can say why you would smash or pass them. It's really simple. Okay? The first person, Mike Tyson. He has a lot of...
Current day Mike Tyson, or like Mike Tyson from back in the day?
That Mike Tyson.
That Mike Tyson? In the light or in the dark?
I mean, you can decide the setting.
I'm trying to think, do I want to see this part front? Like, do I want to see this in between my legs, looking around? Yeah, I smash.
Okay. I'm going to just sit this one out because I don't want to get bitten. Micah, you know I like you. Okay. This one. Joe Biden. It's presidential.
I'm going to pass on that because he might die on top of me. And be like, how did he die on top of me? And then Secret Service be all interrogating me and stuff.
Well, we know for sure he don't know how to fall into the vagina.
He don't know how?
No, he knows how to fall.
Oh, yeah.
Into it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one. Marvin Jones.
I would smash. I would.
Marvin is a good friend of Tiffany's from high school. It was a joke. We went to the Super Bowl together. It's a joke.
I would smash.
We'll leave it at that.
We're going to leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that. Okay.
I would.
There's no but. Okay, speaking of but.
I know I had mine out. Like I said, I would.
Speaking of but, Burna Boy. Burna Boy is actually kind of hot. He's a big Afrobeats artist. I don't know what he's wearing right there. It's giving real.
It's giving like kilt / blanket from Big Lots. It's pants.
He looks warm.
It's a look like a
I think it's Met Gala. It must be Met Gala look.
Must be a Met Gala look.
It's art.
And I mean, the way his lips look and stuff, look like he got some new teeth too.
But in person, he looks like he has a big penis.
But you know, I'm a pass. I don't want no big old thing.
We're gonna put one of your friends up here. What about this one? Jamie Foxx, you need your paddle.
The younger me would have did it, but the older me gonna pass.
He's in recovery right now anyway.
He is?
I mean, they said, I don't know.
Well, then maybe I smash.
While he's in recovery, he needs his energy.
But disabled people need love. That's gonna help him
Jamie Foxx isn't technically disabled yet. We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
But if he is, I'm there for him.
Okay, well, I'm gonna pass. All right, now this next one.
But you know what? If I was 20-something, off eyesight, just seeing him in a swap meet, bam, I'm banging that day.
In the back?
Not in the swap meet, but at his mama house or something like that. You know what I'm saying? On my granny house back in my day. But on today, no, we gonna pass on that.
What, based on social media or based on how you look?
Based on how we look. Like in my 20s, I'd have been with it. But as a grown up, and probably a year or two older than his mama, no, I'm a pass. And you know, when you got your whole life written all over your body, where you can't even get in, like can't get in no witness protection.
But those are just memories he probably didn't want to forget.
But he could have drew that in a book. Like, I like tattoos on men, but I don't like when when it's all over their whole body. When it seems like it's all over, like, what part of him is not tattooed? The back of his knees?
His penis.
Oh, his penis is not tattooed.
It's on the internet, yeah.
Oh, we got to look at that.
You
know what? We looked at that together.
Anyway, let's go on. Let's go on to the next.
And I'm gonna say pass.
Okay, next person. Let's pass right along.
But if I catch him,
we didn't look at it. The Weeknd.
I'll smash.
The Weeknd's hot.
Yeah, I'll smash.
He's in that new show, Idol. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've been watching it. He looks a little creepy on the show.
Did you hear his sex scene? How he was telling her about, her little this and that or whatever? It's really nasty. He talks really. I've never heard Abel talk like that ever.
Wait. In the sex scene, he's saying it?
There's a sex scene where he's talking very nasty to the girl who's hearing him talk very nasty to her. Yes.
Are you talking about in the club? Is this episode 1 or episode 2? Because I'm only.
I don't know what episode, but I don't think it's episode 1. I think it's episode 2. I don't remember what episode.
Because I only seen episode 1 so far.
I saw episode 1, but I had company, so I wasn't paying all the way attention because I was multitasking.
All right.
But I know in one of the episodes he was talking about her vagina.
Okay, well,
and what he wanted to do to it.
And I know he was talking about his thing in episode 1.
But we didn't see it.
But we ain't see it.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see it.
Okay.
So then we're just going to.
So Abel, as much as we love you, we're going to put it right down the middle.
Are you going to put it down the middle?
Yeah.
And I'm going to want him to put it down my middle. And I know my father would be proud because he's East African and I'm East African. And they very much want you to be like with other East Africans. Yeah, but you got millions of viewers.
Yeah. Okay.
Millions.
Here we go. This next guy, he's an up and coming comedian who's popping. Drewski. He thick.
I know him. And I'm gonna say no, cause I look at him like a son. Like
he's not old enough to be your son, Tiffany.
No, he is not old enough to be my son. But like the conversations that we've had is like, you know, family.
Like,
so,
okay, so it's
yeah,
a little too familiar.
too familiar.
Okay.
But he's funny. He's super talented.
Oh, he's hilarious.
And he do seem like the way his lips and stuff. It seemed like it would probably feel good if he sucked on your or whatever. But it's too family, too much. And then you know he got tattoos on the back of his knee too. No, just on that one leg. Okay, but at least he don't have them on his fingers. Maybe they are on his fingers. I don't know. Like you know, when they tap the back of the hand, I don't mind like you do in between the fingers. You know, you can be discreet. But when the whole back of your hand, like I'm gonna backslap you with this history of this, just like what? Why?
Why would you put
You
a
never can do a period piece.
Why would you put a tattoo on the back of your knee?
You shouldn't. That's what I'm saying. Like, but some people be so tatted, it's like they run out of space and they're like, well, put it on the back of my knee. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna tattoo in my mouth.
Why?
Because what I was
you
gonna
want in your mouth?
No, what I was gonna say was if it's either coming in or going out. When it comes out, when it goes in, it's you know. But I decided not to because
I'm glad you didn't.
no, it's not on brand. It's not on brand.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about. I don't have any tattoos, and I was thinking about getting EST 1979 expire never right over the crack of my ass, and have them write it like how they be on like a bottle of wine. You know what I'm saying? And then when the dude hit in front of the back, be like, "What's this about? What's this?" And I'll be like, "It's just like wine. It get better with time, baby."
Why don't you just do what Shamar did and tattoo freedom over it?
Freedom of a. Shut the up.
Google's your friend. Google.
Shut the up.
That's his middle name. It's Freedom, and he has it over his. It's a tramp stamp.
Over his tramp stamp, he put freedom. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, but I don't know.
Because you ain't letting nobody handle freedom with your ass. All right, let's go on to the next one. Okay, what about this guy? Matthew Knowles.
Oh, that's going to be a pass.
Because that's your friend's daddy.
Yeah, that and just a hard pass. Just not my type. That ain't my type.
He looked like a pastor.
He looked like he do nasty stuff. He looked like he be saying nasty stuff, too.
Get your ass over here.
He be looking like he be saying some
Give me
nasty
Teddy Pendergrass.
Tupperware.
Not Tupperware.
Dang open.
Not plastic on the couch
The
pussy.
freshness. Like it just, I don't know. It just seems like he'd be saying, "Ooh, girl, you're making me crazy. You're making me crazy." It sounded like he said it like that. He looked like he was saying,
Yeah.
"You're making me crazy."
God, you making him sweat right there. Look.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, dang, I can. My heart about to jump out my eyes." Like,
All right, Tiffany, you better cuff it. All right, next person. Will Duvall.
That's my friend.
So you got to pass on that?
But I mean, if we was like, if there was nothing else, I guess so. But like, that's my friend.
Yeah.
Like, that's my friend. But if I had to, like, it was nothing else out there.
Wait, if there was
I mean,
nothing else out there?
Like, if we was trapped on a desert island, we definitely gonna do it.
If you were in a haunted house?
We not in a
Haunted
mansion.
mansion.
I'm not in a mansion, in a haunted mansion. Okay, yes, I would. Yeah, we'd probably do it.
Okay.
But I just can't see, like, he's my friend.
But why do people say that I wouldn't smash because my friend? That's the whole purpose of getting in relationships. You're supposed to be in a relationship with your friend, right? Like, you're supposed to be friends with the person, your partner. Like, we act like it's so foreign, like, I can't f them, they were friends. I will f a lot of my friends.
I guess not. When you seen your friends do stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know stuff.
Okay.
And so it's just like, and he's a good person. He's a super dope dude, but
y'all would your sex would be like a comedy
we
series.
would be giggling and laughing the whole time, which would lead to many orgasms, I'm sure.
Okay, here's another one. This one I know the answer to this one. You better put the baby. He put his number in your phone as a baby though.
Yeah, he put a baby emoji. A baby emoji as the way he put his number. No, I'm a pass.
I called Tiffany. I said, "Can you give me the baby's number?" She couldn't find it because it was a baby emoji.
It was a baby emoji. Like, go through everything. I was like, "Hey, where is he?"
That man's in love with you though.
He don't return no phone calls.
He don't return. He's bad with his phone.
He don't return no phone calls. Don't return no text messages. Don't like nothing.
Yeah.
And DMs don't respond. Yeah. And I'm just like, no. I mean, I think he's super talented. I would love to be his friend and like, you know, if I could be of service to help him.
Do a song together?
Yeah, do a song together, whatever. Like, that would be super dope. But, like, to smash, like, and then, like, how I seen, like, what happened with the baby mamas and all that, I'm cool. Maybe once I'm not bleeding
But
no
that's
more.
okay.
Maybe once I'm in menopause. Once I'm in menopause, then maybe I might smash. But at this point, I would say pass.
Okay.
Because what if I get trapped?
Listen, on that note, we're done. She's not smashing, baby. The baby. It's Brittany. Okay, well, listen. Haunted Mansion. You playing a detective.
Haunted Mansion, I'm playing a medium.
I know you're
The
playing.
After Party Season 2, a detective. You got the Carmichael Show you need to go watch.
3 seasons. You're going on tour.
Going on tour. Got then don't forget I got my first sci-fi movie coming out. That I play a mother. It's called Landscape of the Invisible Hand. That's coming out in August. Also in August, I got another movie coming out called Back on the Strip with Wesley Snipes, where he play my baby daddy. You know, your girl be busy. I be busy.
And I'm happy. And you know what? And I'm going to end it on this note. As busy as you are, you still made time to come here today. You always make time for the people you care about. And there's no excuse when people say they're too busy. I saw a post the other day that said, when somebody tells you that they're too busy for you, that's a sign that they don't have time for you.
Exactly. And I like to say that to people too.
Yeah.
I be like, unfortunately, I don't have time for that you are asking me for.
And thank you, Christian, for being our baby's godfather. We will definitely send you the shoe size so you can fill up that closet.
Yes, we definitely need some little red bottoms.
Well, thank you. You know, I'm going to say it before we get out of here, before she said it to me. I love you.
I love you too.
That's the first time I ever said it first.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Peace.
Mwah.